I want to talk about the death and the afterlife. Hi everyone, Assalamu alaikum. How are you all? Hope you all are fit and fine. Thank you so much for giving me such a great opportunity. It's an honor for me to talk something in front of you. So today, I want to talk about the death and the afterlife. So before that, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Nishat Tasnim. I came from Savar and currently I am living at Islamnagar in Savar. And I'm doing my honors in English at Government Tidumi College, which is affiliated with the University of Dhaka. And I am also doing a foundation English course at English Therapy. So now I would like to talk about my topic. I want to ask you that how is your preparation for afterlife? Are you ready for death? Because I want to share a journey of myself that in previous times, a long time ago, maybe a few years ago, I didn't realize about our religion. Yeah, I had faith in Allah. I am a Muslim girl. At that time, I was a Muslim girl too, also. But I didn't used to pray five times prayer. I didn't used to keep my fast in Ramadan. I didn't used to wear a hijab, and I didn't used to maintain the permissible and non-permissible things of Islam. When Allah showed me His guidance and gave me hidayah, the most precious gift of my life, then I realized that what am I doing? What I was doing then? Because we all know, we all are educated, we all are knowledgeable, we have the conscience to think about what is right and what is wrong. We can judge them. We can judge what is right and what is wrong. We came here in this worldly life for highest 40 years or 50 years or 60 years or maybe 70 years. That's it. It's a transient life. And we all know as a Muslim that we have an afterlife. And after this 50, 60, 70 years short period of time, then we will have to leave this world. We will have to go through the journey of afterlife. So when we will die, after that, just after our death, we will have to face the eternal life, the life that is endless. And when we will die, after that we will alive again, but then we won't come back to the world again. We won't die again. We will just have to face the afterlife. If we do great things in this world, then definitely we will get the reward in our afterlife. And if we don't follow the words of Allah and Prophet Muhammad, then definitely we will have to suffer the whole eternal life, and we can't escape from that. So yeah, we are doing many things in our worldly life to become successful in this worldly life. We are doing many things, and we are seeking knowledge, we are doing jobs, we are fulfilling our dreams and all. Yes, we can do all these things. There is no harm in doing these things, but until these things are crossing the boundaries of Islam. If it's not crossing the boundaries of Islam, it's permissible to do well in this world. But we have to think that what is the greatest success of us, the eternal success or the worldly success? We want to achieve the both success. We want to become successful in this worldly life also, and we also want to become successful in our afterlife also. If we don't, we have no another option, as Allah created us. So we have to follow the words of Allah. Because if we don't do that, if we don't follow the words of Allah and Prophet Muhammad, then we are actually destroying ourselves. Because we cannot escape from our afterlife. We can do whatever we want to do. We can forget about Allah, we can forget the words of Allah, but then we will have to definitely suffer in our afterlife. The sufferings will be endless because we cannot escape from the afterlife. We cannot come back to the world again. So, and we won't die again in the afterlife. So we will have to suffer for this. So, and that's why we have to feel the words of Allah. We have to follow the words of Allah and Prophet Muhammad. We have no another option. And to get heaven, what should just follow the words of Allah and Prophet Muhammad. We should pray our 5 times prayer in a day. We should keep the fast in Ramadan. Only 1 month we should keep our fast in Ramadan. We should perform our 5 times prayer in time. Then we should earn in a halal way, because if we earn in a haram way or in a non-permissible way, then definitely our prayers won't be accepted by Allah. So it's important, it's a strict order of Allah to earn in a halal way. Then our Prophet Muhammad said about the girls, a woman can enter into the by maintaining only 4 things. If she maintains these 4 things properly, she will definitely enter into the heaven. What are these 4 things? At first, she have to perform 5 times prayer. Secondly, she have to keep the fast of Ramadan. Thirdly, she have to maintain hijab and the mahram and non-mahram, and definitely she have to save her character. And the last thing is she have to become obedient to her husband. So these are the 4 things. If a girl maintain these 4 things, our Prophet said that she can enter into the heaven. So we, whatever we are doing, we can do, we can study, we can do jobs and all things, but we have to keep in mind that we came here to give an exam. Allah is taking our exam, right? The world is our exam paper. We are actually giving exam. So if we pass in this exam, then definitely we will get the reward in our afterlife. And if we don't pass in this exam, if we fail this exam, then we will become fail in our afterlife. And that's the greatest failure. That's the, if we want to become successful, we have to think that what is the greatest success? What is the actual success of our life? Our actual success is to getting success in our afterlife. And if we want to focus on only in these worldly things or worldly success, then we can get this, okay, but we will lag behind and we will destroy ourselves. To become successful in afterlife is the greatest success. And now I want to mention a story. I mean, it's a true story, it's a true incident, I can say. So I heard that a boy who was a young boy, his age is only 21. He was only 21 years old boy. And maybe one day he faced an accident, and that's why he got hospitalized. And when the doctor realized that he was about to die, he called his mother. His mother came in front of the boy, and the doctor, when the doctor realized that he is about to die, he just told the boy that please say kalima, say la ilaha illallah to that boy. And the boy didn't say anything. That's why the doctor became a little bit disappointed. He was constantly trying, he was continuously trying to make him say the word, because he is in his deathbed. He was about to die. He was about to enter into his afterlife. So the doctor was trying to make him say the words, the la ilaha illallah, make him say the kalima, but the boy was not saying that. Then after some time, the boy was trying to say something, and at that time the doctor became happy, because he was thinking that maybe now is the time when the boy is going to say kalima, say la ilaha illallah. The doctor thought that. But do you know what the boy said? The boy said, I want my girlfriend. I want my girlfriend. He said he was continuously calling the name of his girlfriend. So, and reciting the name of his girlfriend, he died. Then, after the death of the boy, his mother was crying continuously. At the time, the doctor asked the mother of the boy that what he did in his life. Why he couldn't say kalima in his deathbed. Do you know what his mother said? His mother said, a boy used to say that I am young. I am very much young right now, and I want to enjoy my life, and I will enjoy my life as much as possible. When I will become old, when I will become old, at that time I will seek forgiveness of Allah. So he wanted to enjoy his young life, and then he will seek forgiveness of Allah at his old age. When he will become old, then he will seek forgiveness of Allah. But the tragedy is Allah didn't give him the chance, and he couldn't seek forgiveness of Allah, and he died. You know, we can say, we realize, we can imagine that he didn't died with iman. So that's what, many people does this actually. We are doing this, that we are thinking that, oh, I am young now, I have a lot of time now, yeah, I will die after a lot of time, so I can enjoy my life. I can now I will not perform salah, I perform the prayers, I will not keep my fast right now, it's not the time, I will enjoy my life, and when I will become old, I will seek the forgiveness of Allah. But what if we will die today, if we'll die tomorrow, then what will we give answer? What will we answer to our to Allah, to the angels? Then we will definitely become the greatest failure. So that's why we will have to think about it, and we have to keep in mind that we have to take preparation of our afterlife also, and that's the most important thing. So whatever we are doing in our worldly life, we also have to take preparation for our afterlife. Because if we don't do this, we will definitely become unsuccessful. So that's in short about my topic, and I hope you realize. And I am also trying to change myself, and just pray for me so that I can stay in my change. And I also want to mention something, that when Allah gave me the guidance, I just started doing 5-time prayer, or started keeping my fast in Ramadan, and started wearing the hijab, and I just left all the non-permissible things. I stopped listening to music, I stopped watching movies, and I started to become careful about Islam. So that's all we had to think about, and we all had to do about. So yes, my advice is, please, whatever doing, you can carry on, but you just think about your afterlife also, just so that we won't become that much failure in our afterlife. I want that we all become successful in the both, in our worldly life and in our afterlife also. So thank you so much for hearing me with patience. Thank you.